Shalom. First, I'd like to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rachakodash. Double honors to our venerable apostles and elders at Great Millstone. Peace and blessings to the elect. All right, so today's lesson is going to go into, things that's happening around the world right now, specifically pertaining to these troops that a lot of people have been seeing around, the states. Okay, today those videos that came out of troops that were, seen or spotted in New York City. All right, and that's something that's pretty much unprecedented. Has never been seen before. All right, of that magnitude. Okay, and this is something that we've been talking about for years, man. Okay, we're talking about how we give warning to the people about how these elites, okay, these global world bankers, those who run this world, all right, they're planning something very sinister. Okay, something on epic proportions. All right, and it all goes into their agenda to depopulate the whole earth. Okay, now for so long they've been signing laws and all these different executive orders, and they've used the art of rhetoric to make people actually believe that it was all in the best interest of the people. Okay, but slowly but surely, with the process of time, they signed everything in order to use certain methods against the people. Okay, now we're not just talking about the American people, we're talking about globally the humanity. Okay, now you gotta understand that they're pushing for something called the New World Order. Okay, NWO, New World Order. All right, and a New World Order which is going to be headed by the beast known as EU and NATO. Okay, they want to push the population, all right, from 7 billion plus people to about 500 million people. All right, and they've had that even on their Georgia Guidestones. They've had that on deck. All right, and over the years they've been doing all these different things, whether it be drills or, like I said earlier, laws and all these different things to make sure that they condition the people, all right, and get ready for that time. Now, that time that we've been talking about is now. Okay, that time is also known as Jacob's trouble. All right, now I'm gonna get a quick precept, and I have this book here which has a lot of information that's gonna go into certain details of what these people are gonna be bringing upon the people, man. And when I say people, I'm talking about these elites, what they've prepared over the years that they're gonna be bringing down upon the so-called American people and pretty much worldwide. Okay, and that's all feeding into what? Into prophecy. And these are all signs of the times, knowing that we are and indeed in the last days, man. Okay, there's a book of 2 Corinthians chapter 2 verse 11. It says, lest Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices. Okay, and Tawada Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai for putting the men of the Lord out here to push this word and to give people these warnings, man. Okay, because those people who are ignorant of Satan's devices are going to be destroyed by those same devices. Okay, now when you go into Amos 3 and 7, it says what? Surely the Lord God will do nothing, but he revealeth his secrets unto his servants, the prophets. Okay, so those secrets are some of the things that we're going to be bringing out. Okay, and we've been bringing them out, man. All right, but a lot of people didn't take heed until now, when it's too late, and that's when people are all of a sudden in panic mode. All of a sudden, people are looking for answers. People are looking for truth. All right, but you're gonna get the truth, but it's gonna be limited, man. All right, you're not gonna get the full picture, man. You're gonna get part of the picture, but you're gonna get enough of the picture where you're gonna be like, oh, I see what they were talking about. But it's too late. All right, it's too late. Let's get another precept. All right, because this is the times that we're in. All right, the end of days. All right, let's get that real quick. All right, we always bring this out, but it's prevalent in these last days that we're living in, man. This is a book of Revelation chapter 12 verse 12. It says, therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Okay, woe to the inhabitants of the earth. Now, woe, it could mean wars, it could mean destruction, it could mean death, pain, suffering. All right, anytime you see the word woe, it's not a good thing. It doesn't mean to be happy. Okay, it means that your destruction is at hand. All right, you either gonna get into the fight or flight response whenever there's something called woe. All right, It says, woe to the inhabitants of the earth. And who are the inhabitants of the earth? The inhabitants of the earth are you people, man. And we're talking about the whole entire world. All right. Esau is coming down upon everyone, man, including the animals. All right. Nature itself, everything. All right. Because what is he trying to do? Again, he's trying to formulate this earth and make it so it fits his way of living. Okay. All right. It says what? Inhabitants of the earth and of the sea. For the devil, all right, the devil that the Bible speaks of, Esau, Edom, the devil is come down onto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time. And that devil, for you people who go to church, that devil is not talking about spiritual demon Satan. Okay, it's talking about Esau, Edom, the so-called white people, those people who are running this earth right now. Okay, those same people who are making these laws, those same people who are creating everything that's about to happen. Now, you can choose not to believe us, okay, because you still want to be naive, but they will show you their horns, so that you will actually eventually see, oh, that's why they call them the devil. All right. You will get your full realization, man. All right. But you got to understand that this is all what? Prophecy. Okay. It's all prophecy, man. But let's get right into the stuff that I have for you. All right. Now, this is the title. It says the Orwellian global state. Once again, the inhabitants of the world, of the earth, global. It's not just one place. So if you're in Africa, don't think you're safe. All right, the Most High is casting judgment on everyone. It's called Jacob's trouble for a reason. And you know Jake is spread throughout all four corners of the earth. Okay? So everyone is getting this work, man. All right, it says Orwellian global state. Let's see. It says laws that prevent the military being used in domestic law enforcement are being overcome by turning the police into the military. Okay? They now wear similar uniforms and protection gear, and they are increasingly using the same weapons. It says, I am old enough to remember when British police did not have guns, and yet now it is almost commonplace. So back then, cops didn't have no guns. No, but now they have what? AR-15s, AR-16s, and they're telling people back up or else I'm gonna shoot. Okay? Your regular cop that you could run around the block and he's gonna run out of breath. Okay, he's not. They don't got cops like that no more. The regular cop who gonna stand in the street and direct traffic and make sure the school kids cross the street safe. There's no more cops like that no more. Okay, back then they were serving the community, the so-called community, but now they serving the agenda of the elites, because these cops are not being funded by the states no more. They're being funded by the feds. Okay, so they listen to what the feds tell them to do. All right, they're funded by the feds for a reason, and we're gonna get into that. Okay, it says this is the totalitarian tiptoe to a combined world police and military force that is planned to impose the will of a world government and Agenda 21. All right, let's read that again. Listen closely. It says this is the totalitarian tiptoe to a combined world police and military force that is planned to impose the will of a world government and Agenda 21. So this whole coronavirus has nothing, everything happening right now has nothing to do with corona. Coronavirus was a way to step into the door, okay? For them to push for the agenda, man. Because they understood that people were well aware that they were planning something like this. And if they was to come out right and just say, we're going to create a police state, people will revolt. Over 7 billion people on this planet Earth, you think they're going to win against that? Hell no. So they had to find a way to scare you, the people, so into submission. So you're going to just do what you're told because you're in fear of your life. And they're going to keep telling you that we're doing this for your own good. But then they're going to lead the sheep to the slaughter. Okay? It says the Pentagon 1033 program is transferring military hardware and weapons worth hundreds of millions of dollars every year for use by the police in domestic law enforcement. And you notice that too, because a lot of cops starting to getting a little too confident now. All right, you Centurions, you're getting way too confident, man, because you got all these different military grade weapons, man. All right. But guess what? Your weapons are no match for spiritual power. And that's why us, the men of the Lord, we speak with such confidence, because the Lord has promised us spiritual power. Okay. And that's going to make everything you guys have minuscule, man. All right. We will render this place helpless and hopeless through the spirit and power of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. All right. You got to understand that. You got to get that into your minds, man. Okay. those regular men that you see in the corner of the street, man, the spirits within those men is of a different entity that you guys have never seen before. And when that beast is unleashed, you guys are really gonna know what the power Yahweh Bashim Yahushua is all about. Al-Shadia, a lot of you have forgotten all about that. So that's why you're gonna have to what? Get beaten into remembrance. You see, the scriptures brought us what? It stirred our pure minds into remembrance, but you're gonna get beatings into remembrance, especially you Edomites, man. All right. It says the figure of $212 million in 2010 doubled to $500 million in 2011, and orders increased by another 400% in 2012. According to data provided by the Pentagon Defense Logistics Agency to the internet news site The Daily. The transfers include grenade launchers. Okay, so these are things that they have that they've been using for a while, and now they're about to even bring more. Okay, because from 2012 all the way to 2020, hey, you gotta imagine what kind of technology that they have, what kind of advances in weaponry that they have. Okay, and they always talk about, oh, we're fighting against crime and the enemies and terrorists. No, the terrorists are the American people, the regular people of this earth. That's why the scripture says, woe unto the inhabitants of the earth. Okay. It says what? Grenade launchers, M16 assault rifles, armored vehicles and tanks, helicopters and military robots. Okay. Now I'm gonna tell you straight up, man. These kind of technological weapons that they have, no man is going to stand up against that. All right. It's either you lay down or you get down or you lay down. That's it. All right. The only thing that's going to combat these things, and very soon when they unleash those super soldiers, the only thing that's going to combat that is Yahweh Bashim Yahushua giving his men spiritual power, man. Okay. It says the official cover story is that this is necessary to help police fight drugs and terrorism. You mean to tell me drugs and terrorism, you're going to have grenade launchers, M16 assault rifles, armored vehicles and tanks, helicopters and military robots for drugs and terrorism? What kind of terrorism are we talking about? And how often does these terrorist attack happen that you need to have these kind of things to defend against that? You see? They use these different things to make it seem like they actually care about the people, but they're turning around and to destroy the people, man. Okay. It says what? It says, both of which are controlled by the very networks that are arranging for the transfer of military equipment to the police. Once again, problem, reaction, solution. This whole coronavirus thing is problem, reaction, solution. Otherwise known as the Hegelian dialectic. Okay? The Hegelian dialectic, problem, reaction, solution, thesis, antithesis, synthesis, man. All right? These devils play sick games, man. And soon you guys are going to realize that. At this point, it's a little too late for a lot of you because you're going to have to be slaughtered, but you're going to at least realize the truth before you die. All right? This is nothing whatsoever to do with drugs or terrorism, and everything to do with building a centrally commanded, centrally armed military and police infrastructure to enforce total human enslavement under Agenda 21. Okay, now if you're interested, you could always look up Agenda 21, and it's going to tell you everything that these devils have planned for the year 2021. This is a few months away from now. We're in March. All right, and as you can see, the days are flying. All right. The days are flying, man. We're already in March, man. So 2021, hey, they came out and said they wanted to have something called ID 2020. So they're moving towards that, which is going to officially lead into what? Identification, radio frequency identification for 2021. All right. So they have everything planned out like the scriptures say they would. And they're moving faster than usual because they know they don't have that much time. Okay. That much time, man. All right. It says the transfer of military armory to the police has been happening for decades, but it is now going into overdrive. Okay. The Daily reported that more than 17,000 civilian agencies have received military equipment worth billions so far that they often pay online for the cost of delivery. Okay. Oh, Salaki, they often pay only for the cost of delivery. So they don't pay for those billions worth of military equipment. They don't pay for that. They just pay for the delivery, man. All right. 17,000 civilian agencies. So we're talking about the DMV. We're talking about the post office. We're talking about what else agencies they got out there? All these agencies, they talk about all of them, man. Civilian agencies, man. All right. It says civilian law enforcement is being equipped with military technology by using the absolutely colossal military defense, which they say defense is really attack. Okay. Budget to build a civilian military operation called the police. Okay. SWAT teams. Okay. Now, why do you think they call it the SWAT team? Because they see people as flies and they're about to swat everyone down. Okay. Because you notice when the SWAT come in, they don't say nothing. They just come in and raid. Okay. Why do you think there's a freaking insecticide called Raid? You know what I'm saying? These devils are funny like that. All right. And that's why I read in 2 Corinthians 2:11, we are not ignorant of Satan's devices, man. All right. That's why we study our words. We go into these different things. We take the time, all right, through the spirit and power of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai to study these words, to understand what these devils are talking about. All right. It says SWAT teams, FBI, TSA, Federal Emergency Management Agency, known as FEMA, Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco and Firearms, which is known as the ATF, all right, Food and Drug Administration, known as the FDA, Environmental Protection Agency, and long list of others. So these are all lists of so-called civilian agencies, all right. Obama said during his mendacious election campaign in 2008, and this is a quote, he said, "We cannot continue to rely on our military in order to achieve the national security objectives we've set. We've got to have a civilian national security force that's just as powerful, just as strong, just as well funded." Okay. Now I'm gonna ask you this: in a time of peace, why do you need so much of this so-called military aid and all these military grade, military style equipments, man? There's nothing going on here. Why do you need all that for? To fight terrorism and to fight drugs? That makes no sense. They always talk about, well, we got to fight against the enemy. Who do you think the enemy they're talking about is? You, the people. You are the enemy. You are the enemy of the state. Okay? And that's why they got everybody in quarantines, man, in the name of Corona. All right? And a lot of people are going to wake up to the fact that this thing is all a hoax. And once you wake up to that, everything is going to be set up where you can't even do nothing. You're not going to be rioting because the troops are already out. All right. It says the fraud knew exactly what he was talking about. The control system of Agenda 21, and we are now so clearly seeing it unfold. All right. Obama groupies MSNBC posted an article in effect justifying the deployment of police forces in a 10-officer, 16,000-pound armored tank that takes bullets like Superman and drives 80 miles an hour. So imagine that shit running around the streets, and they already got that. Like I said in the beginning of the video, it was spotted already in New York City, man. Some of them in Georgia, all right. Some of them in Virginia, all right. Illinois, California, all these different states, man. All right, Washington. Okay. It says this Bearcat G3, which you could look it up. Those are the armored trucks and vehicles that they have right now in these streets. All right. The Bearcat G3 is alleged to be needed to protect the police, and MSNBC reported that the federal government buys dozens each year for local police departments. Okay. The fascist Gestapo, known as SWAT teams, are the major recipients of this military equipment, it would seem, with their shocking record of targeting the wrong houses and killing innocent people, including children. All right, now we know through the spirit and in the scriptures that there's no such thing as innocent. Like, no one dies innocent. That's what the scriptures say. But to the public, the regular people, innocence meaning being wrongfully charged for something you didn't do. Okay, so if you didn't do something and they charge you that you did it, you're innocent. All right. But in the spirit, you done some fuck shit in your past life or whatever it might be, and that's just judgment. Okay, so right here, the SWAT team is known for targeting wrong houses and killing innocent people, including children, and they're gonna do that again. Okay, scriptures say the devil shall come down upon you having great wrath. So he's not going to spare nobody, man. Scriptures tell you destroy utterly, both young and let me just get that. I don't want to butcher that. Let me get that real quick. Ezekiel 9:4. All right, 9:4 and 5. All right, so let's get that real fast, and then we're going to continue. Just hold on 1 second. All right, because this is it, man. You know, a lot of people don't want to believe it. They're talking about how, oh, I hope this blows over and all this extra shit. Listen, man, if you have plans for the summer, your plans are ruined. All right, these troops gonna make sure that your plans are ruined. Hey, it's all through the spirit of power and power of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua anyway. All right, this is the book of Ezekiel chapter 9 verse 5. It says, actually they start at 4. It says, and the Lord Yahweh said unto him, go through the midst of the city, through the midst of Jerusalem, and set a mark upon the foreheads of the men that sigh and that cry for all the abominations that be done in the midst thereof. And who are those men that have been sighing and crying? You go to the highways and byways, people see them and say, oh, those are those Israelites. You go on YouTube, all them Israelites again. Those men are the ones who've been sighing and crying, all right, for the abominations. We've been talking about homosexuality is a sin against the Most High. Don't do that. Transgenderism, don't do that. Pedophilia, bestiality, all right. All these different things, breaking the dietary laws, all right. Every single thing that we've been talking about that you're not supposed to do, America has promoted it and made it okay to do. All right, gay pride. All right, same-sex marriages. All right, you could be a transgender, a father and a father, a mother and a mother. You see, these are all things, those are all abominations that we've been crying about. All right, verse 5, it says, and to the others he said in mine hearing, go ye after him through the city and smite. Smite meaning what? Kill with the sword. Okay, let not your eyes spare, neither have ye pity. So that's what the SWAT teams are going to be doing, man. The Lord is going to put the spirit on these devils to do his job, his bidding. Okay, so basically the spirit of the death angels is going to be inside these devils, man. They're going to be doing that work. Okay, it says these are the elite. Oh, let me finish this precept real quick. It's a lot. It says, let not your eyes spare, neither have ye pity. Slay utterly old and young, both maids, which are young ladies, all right, and little children, all right, that's clear, and women, all right. So there's no exemptions here, man. If you go against the Most High's will, you will be destroyed. It's very simple. But you see, the world has made it seem that, oh, God is love and you can do this as long as you repent. A lot of you just say, oh, if you sin, that means you're doing something bad. You don't even know what the Lord is requiring of you to do. And you don't want to humble down to listen to the words of the Lord so you can know what the fuck to do, but you don't want to do that. You see? That's why he said he's going to humble everyone, man. The pride of thine heart hath deceived thee. All right? Oh, y'all can't tell me shit. Oh, how the fuck are you the prophets? Oh, I'm going to keep going to church. Well, guess what? You're going to find your pastor every Sunday. You're going to chase that nigga in the streets trying to kill that nigga because he lied to you so many times. All right? It says what? But come not near any man upon whom is the mark. And that's not talking about the mark in the book of Revelation. That's talking about a mark of exemption from the death that's coming to this place. Okay? And that mark in the Hebrew is Tawa. All right? Those men who you seen in the highways and byways and you ain't trying to listen to what they had to say, those men are marked for exemption. All right? And the rest of the elect of the nation of Israel. All right? It says, and begin at my sanctuary. Then they began at the ancient men which were before the house. Okay, so it's talking about the priests. Okay, the priests. But in this time, it's talking about the nation itself. Okay, the nation itself, and everybody else is going to follow after that. All right, there's a mean ass whooping coming to this earth, and nobody, if you're not part of the elect, you're not going to survive, man. All right, you got to understand there's missiles that's about to rain upon this place, and before the missiles, hey, listen, man, now you're going to have to find your own God to come save you from the almighty power Yahweh Hashem Yahushua himself. All right, go call your gods so they could come fight this war for you. All right. It says these are the elites of Gunatics, and their armed raids on homes and businesses are absolutely soaring every year. Okay. All right. It says, thanks to the U.S. government, most police departments now get their beer cats free. Have they ever thought of asking the real reason why that is? How silly of me. It says, let me skip that. In the world of law enforcement, we must also be prepared for the, actually right here it says, Lou Vallejo, all right, sheriff of Garfield County, Colorado, said In the world of law enforcement, we must always be prepared for the highly unlikely but possible tragic event. And there is no price tag you can put on the life of a police officer who is out there protecting you. Protecting who? Protecting who? No, he's protecting the best interests of these elites. These police officers don't work for the people. They work against the people. They work for the elites against the people. Understand that. All right? You got to understand that, man. And they know damn well that the people are the ones who have the real power. And they know that because history repeats itself. Going back to the Roman Empire, all right? And empires before that. Okay? It says, and and how can you argue with that? Well, I'll give it to you to go farther. This is not about protecting police officers who are seen to fodder by the system like everyone else. The game is mass human enslavement. This military weaponry, including tanks, is being given even to small county police officers in line with the local enforcement plans of Agenda 21, which I have described. Local city, town, and county authorities are becoming tyrannies already, but the plan is to integrate them with the police, military, and other government agencies into a seamless system of total control right down to every local street. Okay, this is another Agenda 21 buzzword: integration. All right. Oh, we're gonna integrate these things. We're gonna add these things. Those are all buzzwords. All right. It says police budgets are being run down in an attempt to force them into using methods that they would not normally employ if they had the manpower. Bill Partridge, chief of police in Oxford, Alabama. Hey, Alabama is one of the hot spots too. Okay, you're gonna see a lot of troops over there because a lot of Jaces in Alabama, man. All right, especially in the South. Okay, it says Alabama said that his use of the 1033 program was to save money or a bottom line. Okay, he said that his department does a weekly or daily check to see what is available from the military. If you're quick on the trigger on the internet, usually you can get what you want, he said. The British Ministry of Defense announced in 2012 that contracts are being signed for 30,000 assault rifles of the kind used by troops that can be deployed for use by civilian police officers. Okay? Why? To fight terrorists and criminal gangs. Now, how many terrorists and criminal gangs are out there in every freaking state and every single corner, every single street, every single city, man? How many of them are out there like that? That you gotta have a whole freaking state, the whole country is armed for terrorists. Where the terrorists at? I just want to know where they at. All right, because I don't see them. Where they at, man? All right. It says, why is the Ministry of Defense with responsibility for the military getting involved with domestic police force? Khan. So why are you interested in that? The local police force and military, why are they, being dealt with, on the same level? It says the answer is obvious. Okay, police budgets in Britain are also being squeezed because the plan is to force them to employ private security corporations like the ludicrous G4S with a view to them taking over all policing. All right, so eventually what they're trying to do is eventually fuse them together and then slide in by using the military to slide in and take over as the police. Okay, so it's not going to seem like a huge change when it happens. All right. It says this is already happening, and despite the G4S security fiasco at the London Olympics, the Scottish government awarded the company a 5-year, £13 million contract to use 13 million euro contract to use satellite technology to track criminals wearing ankle and wrist tags. The plan is also to hand government administration to private corporations. Okay, so I just gave you a nice little rundown, all right, of something that they've been planning for years. Okay, and now all those times, 2012, 13, 14, 15, all the way down to 2020, is now everything is culminating, and now they're ready. Okay, they're ready to implement that RFID microchip and what to quote unquote so-called enslave humanity. Okay, enslave humanity. But those who try to enslave, scriptures tell you that let's get that. That's the spirit. You try to enslave, but the Lord is going to flip the script. All right. This is the book of Revelation, chapter 13. All right. Verse 9, it says, if any man have an ear, let him hear. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. All right. So Esau, Edom, all right, these Edomites, these devils are planned to what? To completely enslave humanity. Keep them into what? Take them into what? Captivity. The Lord said what? They shall go into captivity. And he that killeth with the sword, and the modern day sword is what? The weapons. You got the guns, and ultimately the nuclear missiles. But these guns, these military style weapons that we just talked about, those are the modern day sword that these devils are trying to use to kill people, and they will kill a lot of people with. All right, and in return they're gonna get killed too. It says, "He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword." Here is the patience and the faith of the saints. Okay, that is the patience and the faith of the saints of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, the saints meaning the Israelites. But now it's talking predominantly about the elect. Okay, starting off with the 144,000 men. All right. So that's what's going on. That's what's happening. And these are all biblical prophecies. For those who say the Bible is not real, well, you're living out the prophecies that's been written of for years, written of thousands of years ago, man. All right. And there's more to come. And as these things unfold, we're going to keep bringing you this word until they take us off this YouTube, man. All right. So Lord willing, this was edifying unto the elect. I like to say, call hello, Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. The water Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. Until next time, Shalom.